Oh, yeah.
We're live, Dave.
It's ours.
Where are you?
Fun.
Are you in the bathroom?
No, but I did decorate my bedroom a little bit with
Shawls.
some of these are the scarves that I tie on my microphone stand.
Hey, this is Band Meeting with Dave Brenner and Tyler Connolly from Theory of a Dead Man. So we're we have a pre-recorded interview with this wonderful guest, Marty Elias, right, Dave?
Yeah.
Marty Elias is he was a guest we had on, I think, about a week ago. This is a premiere of it, by the way, so no one's seen this yet, not even Marty. We haven't even seen this yet, right? No.
I haven't seen it.
I watched a little bit of this morning, too. They send you a thing.
Okay it. They would say, yeah, check this out and watch this and then okay it for me. And I'm like, it's good. It could be a fake link. But I always just say, it's good. It's good.
So so me and Dave got a podcast called Band Meeting, and so Marty he was a WWE referee. So the guy's got some crazy stories. He was in WrestleMania. Now he's working on like a TV show called Glow. You know that TV show on Netflix? Dave, you heard of it? Called Glow. I've seen it.
Yeah, you don't spoil too much. I mean, we're going to talk about some of this in the podcast, so we might as well just get it rolling.
All right. Jake, you want to let's roll the
I'm
most
ready. Amazing. I'm gonna pick a winner real quick.
Pick a winner for the Band Meeting.
All right, the winner of the Band Meeting giveaway, the Blackcraft gift card is 7_and. Congratulations.
What did they win? $50 gift certificate for what?
Blackcraft Cult.
Oh,
nice. Gotham Jenny, I will put it in the chat for you so you see it. All right.
So we'll have to give some other stuff away, Dave, at some point.
Yeah, good. I like giving stuff away. I like making people happy.
We're going to need your credit card information, though.
Oh, yeah. Let me just flash that up on the screen here.
I say you do it.
Oh, man. Well, I do have a bottomless credit, so, I mean...
A bottomless credit. It's not wings, Dave.
Oh, my. All right. Well, are you guys ready to roll out this premiere?
Yeah.
All right. Give me just a second to readjust this frame just to make sure that we're good for the chat to see. Give me 1 second here. You want to talk about who's on this?
Yeah, Marty Elias. He was a WWE wrestling referee, and we talk a lot about wrestling. We love wrestling. Everybody loves wrestling, but he actually, ironically, has a great LA music story with Slaughter. He knows the Slaughter. He's been knowing the Slaughter guys for years, decades, or something. He's like one of these guys that should write a book. He probably will. I think he's got his own podcast coming out too, but he's got a lot of great stories. So. Let's check out Marty.
All right, here we go.
Let's do it.
Band Meeting with Tyler and Dave. Band Meeting with Tyler and Dave. Band Meeting, yeah.
What's up?
We're happening.
It's happening.
Great.
Holy moly. I can't believe it's 5 in the morning where I am at, but you know what, Dave? This is what I'm willing to do for the podcast.
You must have traveled further west.
Yeah, I did.
It's 5 a.m.
What would it be? Where would I be at 5 a.m.?
I don't know, Japan
5 hours?
or something like that? No,
Yeah,
Hawaii?
Hawaii, I think, is 2 or 3 hours. Probably, where they lost.
Is it weird
where
sitting
the plane
and watching
actually
yourself?
went?
You must
Yeah,
did you stay up late last night, like 9 p.m.?
Yeah, I can't see it. I'm just listening to it.
Yeah,
but,
I did. I actually stayed up till 9 p.m.
I'm
Yeah.
going to start
some
chatting
Murder,
with some
She
of the
Wrote.
people in the chat here. I just figured out
You're
how
not
my
done
keyboard works. I'm gonna send a
Revisiting the
message.
Murder, She Wrote catalog
Danny
yet?
Hayes. Maybe Danny
Oh,
Hayes.
there's
will
like
come on as well.
there's like 10 seasons.
Maybe Danny Hayes can join us. Who knows? He may
Yeah.
not be around.
Our
And you
guest
have
today,
to you have to do it. Yeah, you have to do it in groups, right? You can't just
Followers
you can't
only
watch all
chat.
10 seasons
I
of
need
Murder,
to
She Wrote.
follow.
I could blast through it in the bathtub. But it's sad when I just finished a show called White Lotus, and I was sad when it was over. It was only 6 episodes. That's the new thing now, making miniseries. It's like bands doing EPs. It's like, no, more. All our fans do that all the time. They're like, more, where's new stuff? Where's new stuff?
I had a lot of time off, so I've been watching a lot of
So
TV.
who knows?
I'm in the chat, the Dave Army,
just making
that's me.
music. More like the
EPs.
Beatles.
Sup, folks?
Nice.
This
Did
is
I-
Kid, the Dave Army.
Did we
Sup,
discuss
folks?
that?
What's
Yeah,
up,
we did.
Dave
We
Army?
discussed the Paul McCartney.
Yeah, a little bit.
What's funny is I
This
ordered some Indian food the
but
other
that could be the
day,
future
and
of music is
I ordered it through
just
my
starting to put stuff
Google
out
account
more,
or something,
like
and then I went to
a
pick it
song
up,
every
and
3 months.
he's like, "What's your name?"
rather
Like,
than take
Dave.
3 years to do 10.
I was like,
or 12
no.
songs.
I'm like, yeah, that's my name. He's like, the Dave Army? I'm like, oh, yeah, what is my email?
But
Well, oh, yeah, I guess that's
you.
it.
I heard you
Yes.
introing our guest
Correct.
when you do that.
I guess so. Yeah, that's
man,
me,
I mean,
the
I
Dave
came
Army.
on here.
Doguts.
You guys were already chatting away, so this guy's got
Doguts
a ton of
does,
great
some great
stories on
drawings.
there,
I know.
up on his bio, and I'm like, hey, this is really cool. I live in
fair.
LA, so not far from the Sunset
There's Danny
Strip. So
Hayes.
he's got
See
some
Danny
cool
Hayes up there?
strip stories, down there, and you got the whiskey and Rainbow. There's a bunch of great places there, but he's actually also. Well, let's just bring him on because he's.
Yes, let's do it.
It's really cool. So let me intro him here.
All right, Jake,
Our
let's
guest
turn it
today
up.
is a
Let's
renowned
do it.
wrestling referee who has worked with WWE and some of the biggest wrestlers out there, including Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Ricky the Dragon, Steamboat, one of my favorites, Shawn Michaels, and The Undertaker. He has also been a part of such TV shows as Lucha Underground and the Netflix series Glow. He's also been a part of the rock and roll music industry for years, which obviously we'll get into. Please welcome Marty Elias. Come on, man. Woo.
Yes.
Hey guys,
Yes.
thank you so much, man. My pleasure, dude. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for
It's gonna be
coming
fun.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Sweet, dude. Yeah, I mean, let's just get right into the rock and roll stuff first, I think.
Okay.
I
like this
I already
because,
intruded.
we
We can
try
get
to
into
talk
wrestling
about
stuff, which I'm a huge wrestling
rock
fan.
and
Yeah,
roll stuff
I got
right
some
away,
history
but
of wrestling.
we can't help but get to the wrestling
but
stuff.
being a music show and you being a huge music fan, let's just take it back to the beginning with you. I mean, I read up you talked about your obsession with Kiss,
Yeah.
and then you got into music. So hit us with what you got.
Well, back in 1977, I actually predicted my future because when Kiss was at the height of Love Gun in 1977, I had heard that they had played and sold out Madison Square Garden 3 nights in a row. And mind you, my dad was in prison for 12 years, and my mom was a single mom with 7 kids. We were dirt poor. And I told her, I said, straight out, I said, Mom, I'm going to work Madison Square Garden. And mind you, at that time, I had no idea where New York City was or what MSG was. It was a whole different planet to me, but yet I predicted it and I told her. And my mom, being the Hispanic lady that she is, she goes, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So, gave me her confidence and said, go do it, kid. So fast forward to 2007, first time working at the Garden. I was nervous as anybody should be because, going to shows there is cool. But when you perform there, it's a whole different animal, man. And I'm sure you guys know that too, because it's one thing to do that, but to perform and have that vibe of the Garden is just insane. So I got to the arena and come to find out that I was working with Roddy Piper. And mind you, Roddy Piper, Hot Rod, he worked WrestleMania 1 with Hulk Hogan and Mr. Wonderful and Mr. T. So for me, being a wrestling guy and being a music guy, I was like, oh my God, I'm working with Hot Rod. So I went into his dressing room before the show and I said, Hot Rod, I said, I'm working with you today. I'm your referee. I said, but I want you to know, I said, this is surreal and special for me because the fact that you main evented WrestleMania 1, and here I am, a little Mexican kid from California who predicted his own future. Here I am, I'm going to work with you tonight. And he looks at me and he goes, hey, kid, let's go out and kick some ass, huh? Let's do it for Ma. And I went, all right. So we went and did it. So it was a surreal moment for me and something that I'll never, ever forget. And just a little tidbit on that, too. Madison Square Garden had a payphone, of course. A payphone was against the wall in the hallway. And what I did is I went and I called Mom. And I said, Mom, guess where I'm at? And she goes, I don't know. So I said, New York City. I said, I'm at the Garden. And I said, remember I told you when I was 10 years old that I was going to work this? And she goes, yes. And I said, well, I'm working it. I'm going to be on Monday Night Raw tonight with Roddy Piper. And her response to that was, that's nice.
I knew it was coming. That's nice, dear.
Yeah, that's nice.
You're like, But she knows how.
She's proud, man. She's proud, dude. I love her to
That's
death.
cool.
Yeah, I was saying before we got started, Ty, about just performing at Madison Square Garden and how it was like, a special thing for me too. Just thinking of the history of that place and the amount of amazing bands that have played there. Right from the King to Zeppelin to literally everybody that you could think of, I think, has rolled through there. It was like a spiritual moment. I remember putting my head against the wall and like trying to listen to some of those reverberations if they were still bouncing around in there, trying to hear some of the Elvis. I don't know, but I remember how cool it was to play there. We did that with Motley Crue on the Saints of Los Angeles.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Yeah, look who's here.
You guys are not doing what I talked about. Why do I have to come over for this?
Oh. You come over for the mac and cheese.
Well, they invited me for dinner. That's why it was convenient timing.
Wiener
Dave,
pennies.
What's up?
Oh, just hanging out, just relaxing, taking it easy.
Okay,
Set him straight, Danny.
Well, it's not that I'm setting him straight. It's just you guys had no plan for this, did you?
No, we have no idea what we're doing.
Jake, did you have any plan?
I had a rough outline. Like I drew it on a napkin with a crayon.
In fairness, though, this is what I get for canceling the Twitch meeting today, right?
Uh-huh.
Is this your revenge?
This is my revenge.
Because in fairness to the chat knows, we have a Monday morning Twitch meeting every Monday at 10 a.m. to discuss creative. Now, I thought this was kind of a no-brainer and we could cancel the creative meeting today, but I see.
It's working.
Okay.
We're rolling.
I'm enjoying it. Here's the thing.
Chat. Okay. Oh, look, I love Tyler, Dave, and I love band meeting, but chat, I feel like I'm watching like a double shot. Like, no, I'm not canceling the. Oh, what are you saying? Cancel, Ashley. I don't know why Ashley thinks I'm canceling.
No cancels.
No cancels.
No cancels.
Oh yeah. Well, cancel is just a bad word right now. Fair enough. I get you, Ashley. I'm with you now.
Right.
Yeah, cancel is a bad word. So I think, chat, like they should play a segment, and then we should all talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So. Like, is that what the chat? What does the chat think we should do?
I think, because some people were saying that you can't talk over
talking.
Yeah. Watch some of the podcasts, and then maybe we can ask the chat what they think, and I think that's a lot better.
Okay, does chat everybody agree? I think Jenny likes that idea.
I love that idea. Also, while we're paused, I have to ask. I'm gonna throw in the first comment from what I've seen from the video so far. Tyler, how the hell do you keep your hair the same every single day?
It's been that way ever since I've known him.
I use this product called.
It's so nice. It's so nice.
We got to talk to Maureen about getting Tyler a hair gel sponsor.
Can everyone just comment on your hair's just always perfect?
Is it a gel or a mousse? What is it?
Yeah, it's called Ruzel. I was going to ask if anyone knew, anyone have heard of Ruzel. I think it's illegal here in North America.
I've never heard of it.
I had to get it imported in on a boat.
Like, you bring it in by like the drum load?
Tyler sleeps like a vampire. Like he just lays down in his bunk like this and then wakes up.
I do.
Already done.
Yeah, I have been known for sleeping in the bunk like this.
There's no movement.
Because then I wake up and people are like, "How do you wake up and your hair is so perfect?" And I don't.
Does he wakes up that way, Dave, and the hair is still like pointy?
I mean, yeah, he just goes to sleep and doesn't move. He's perfectly still.
I will say I'm kind of the same way. I just wake up, my hair's done. So look, Tyler, me and you're the same.
We are. We look exactly the same as well.
People were confused for a little while.
Actually, I am Jake.
Producer Jake 2.0. If I look like you in like 10 years, I will be lucky.
Oh, man, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, man.
Are you implying, how do you know
10 years,
Tyler's older than you?
yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
Tyler's younger than you.
What the hell?
I'll take a guess and say 32.
That's it.
Really?
Boom, right on.
Did I get it?
No.
Oh, wrong button.
Someone's saying, Danny, take your shirt off.
Actually, Ty's got a birthday coming up. Here in a few days.
So I do have a question.
I do.
When's your birthday? It's probably in my calendar.
It's a Thursday.
This Thursday?
It's on this Thursday. I'm a Virgo.
It's Thursday.
I got to read my
I'm
horoscope.
looking to see when your birthday is. I know it's in my calendar.
That's it. That's Thursday.
This Thursday?
As in
This Thursday.
This Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if it's in my calendar. 'cause
So
now it's not,
I'm thinking
in
maybe
trouble.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Tuesday, Wednesday. Aha! Look.
Ah, what a nice.
Look, it's
guy.
in the calendar.
Can you see my calendar? Wait, I'm gonna close it. Can you see my calendar?
Yep.
Dave and Buster's. I would love to go to Dave and Buster's. You know what? I usually hit that on the road. That's usually a pretty good crew hang, Dave and Buster's, when we're on tour because they have alcohol.
Oh no, there's
and
only one
games.
game I play. There's only one game I play at Dave and Buster's.
What's that?
It's the horse racing game where
Yeah.
you like
Of course.
you actually like breed your own horse. You you build a horse. You have to go feed it an apple, then it runs a race, and all day I just sit there and like try to build the best horse. Stupidest game ever. I'm like, ooh, I gotta breed my horse with that horse to get a new, better horse. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Are you sure? Is this really?
Yeah.
Is this a real game?
It was a real game. We used to play it. Me and Harry Mapes went and played it for like 3 or 4 days straight when we were near a Dave and Buster's one time.
So far we got. So we've been talking to. This is Marty. So far he's a cool guy, right? I mean,
How do you know him?
we don't. A friend told us about him, Alex, and he's just like a character that's got so many great stories. So the fact that I don't think he's even started talking about his wrestling stuff yet, has he?
Let's find
He
out.
was just telling the Roddy Piper story about, was it Roddy Piper?
We're taking a hit.
Saying, let's do it for Ma.
Oh, that's right.
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
let's
that
watch
was
some
the
more.
stream.
Let's watch some more. I agree.
All right, let's
do
get to it.
Angeles tour, I believe.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
where they filmed, I think it's some Jimmy Kimmel thing live. I had to go on and sing that song. What was it?
Oh, yeah,
White
that's
Trash
right.
Circus or something?
That's right.
A singer from
Nice.
each band. What a cool setup. Yeah, a singer from each band, but the singer from Godsmack just didn't show up.
Well, yeah, Ty, the other thing that I did when I was there before everybody got there, because I was part of the ring crew, the production crew. So we would get there early and I would help set up the ring and do all this other good stuff. So, like I was telling Dave, what I did is I walked through the hallways and I went into every single dressing room and just kind of picked the vibe and just like, oh my God, Zeppelin was here, Elvis was here. And I was like, just put their makeup on. In one of these rooms, man, in 1977, they sat and put the makeup on in here and I'm here. And it's like, one of those things.
It's good to have those moments and always have those moments. You know what I mean? Even when you're an adult, still have those giddy moments. Yeah, I like that Madison Square Garden it's still the original, it's almost like because it's in Manhattan, like they can't, like the amount of money it would cost to rebuild it because it's old, right? I mean, we went and watched. I think we went and watched the Jersey Rangers game there or something, Dave. And I remember the coach front where the players sit on for the ice. I remember the coach. You have to walk across the ice to go to the dressing rooms. So the coach had to walk through the crowd. And they're like, boo!
Yeah, man.
The place is so old. I think I love that stuff.
New York Garden fans are the most intense, insane wrestling fans that you're ever going to find, man. I mean, and here's the thing. I perform for a lot of wrestling fans all over the world. But when you get to the Garden, man, if the folks in New York at the Garden accept you, then you've actually made it. But if they crap on you, well, nice try, kid.
Yeah.
Well,
so is that?
I was gonna say I went to my first actual live wrestling event in London, England, when we were making our record. Me and Dean, the bass player of our band, we got sort of hooked up tickets from the guy who operates the lights and the TV setup, and he hooked us up, and it was like I felt like a kid. I told the guys every time there was something happening, I just had to like hoot and holler and scream. Somebody would bang a chair over somebody at the back of somebody's head, and I'd be like, "That was not nice," and I loved like the feeling of just like being rambunctious in this playful, fun way, and it was like really took me back to just like being a kid more than any like event I've been to.
Yeah, you know what's cool for me as far as the wrestling aspect, for a long time I didn't embrace what I had done or what I achieved because I felt, nobody cared about what I did, because I was a lowly referee. But, it's crazy today as I sit here and talk to you guys. I mean, I really can't believe how many people have been affected by what I've done. And, I meet people all the time and they tell me, that I was a part of a moment in their life and their childhood and teenage years. And, it really humbles me, to know, that I was a part of somebody's childhood and that somebody has this very valid memory of something that was great in their life and a memory that they'll never forget. And I've had people come up and ask me about specific things in a match and stuff. And I go, wow, man, I forgot I did that match. And so I start talking to them about it, and to know that people really just have been ingrained and really just are moved by my performance is just incredible and something that I don't take for granted.
I got a couple buddies that probably could recite matches, from front to back. But let's get to the stats. Have you taken any chairs, ladders?
Yes.
Have you been pulled out of any rings and thrown to the ground?
Have you been slammed? Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
get to the stats.
I've been super kicked by Shawn Michaels on pay-per-view, Chavo Guerrero and Lucha Underground. Chavo hit me with a chair when I was trying to save Rey Mysterio one time. And, I've been beaten up my whole career. I mean, just because I'm a referee, people, assume that, that you're not involved. But I've had concussions, I've had tears, I've had breaks, everything. My knees are shot, my right shoulder is shot, and, my neck hurts. I mean, I actually had a stinger and had a bruised spinal cord one time, because a bump went bad. And, so a referee, you do get hurt and stuff. As a matter of fact, talking about the Shawn Michaels one, it was at the Unforgiven pay-per-view against Chris Jericho. And both Shawn and Chris had asked me to be their referee for this angle. And looking back on it, it's great because Chris Jericho often mentions that angle with Shawn Michaels in 2008 was one of his best and favorite angles that he ever had. And, to be a part of that was amazing. But we were in Cleveland, Ohio, at Quicken Loans Arena. And Shawn asked me in the locker room, he goes, hey, would you be willing to take a super kick? And I went, yeah,
That's
sure.
hilarious.
It's Shawn Michaels. It's HBK.
It'd be an honor.
Man.
It would be.
Yeah,
an honor.
absolutely. And plus, Shawn Michaels is my wrestling hero. So
Awesome.
I went, yeah, absolutely. So he goes, okay, kid, we'll be doing it. So as he's walking away, he turns and he said, you okay with it? And I go, yeah. I said, do me a favor though. He goes, what's that? And I said, don't be a pussy with it. And I walked away.
Oh God! So
permission to lay it on me. Let's make it look good.
And believe me, he laid it on me, man. He cut my teeth, and at the time I was wearing braces and stuff. And yeah, he really didn't let go. And it was cool because afterwards he goes, "Are you okay?" And I went, "I'm fine. I'm fine."
I love it. It's so good. Committed, man. Commitment.
I always wonder how hard, because I've never been in a ring, but it looks like it hurts, like it's so loud. It has some spring, but what's underneath? What's underneath there? Is it just plywood?
That's great. It's funny that you asked that because most people, a majority of people who've never been in a wrestling ring or seen it, think it's a trampoline, and it's not. But back in the old days, 70s, 80s, the rings did have a spring in the middle that was attached to these steel beams, and then you would put wood planks on. So they had a spring that would bounce up and down. Today's rings, especially WWE rings, what they are is they're a frame. You got 4 posts, and then you have 4 beams going one way, then you have 8 going the other. So there's a total of 12. And then you have 18 planks, wood planks that are 20 by 20, and they go all against the ring. So then you have styrofoam foam, which is about maybe 2 inches if we're lucky, that goes on top of that. And then you put the canvas on, and then you tighten all that down. Then you put your ropes and underneath you have your come-alongs and things that you got to tighten, and then you make sure that your ropes are tightened accordingly. It was funny because every time I would set up a ring at Lucha Underground, whenever Rey Mysterio was working, he would always come to me and he always, hey, can you make sure that the middle rope is a little loose? Because when he would do the 619, he would always have to press down on it. So if it was too tight, he couldn't get that flex that he needed. So he would kind of ask me, remind me, and go, hey, man, can you loosen the middle one? Absolutely.
Hey, Marty, can you put this razor blade under turnbuckle 3? Thanks, bro.
You know what? Hey,
Turnbuckle.
it's funny you say that because I've actually been told, hey, Marty, can you hold on to this razor blade in your pocket?
I love it.
All right, cool,
That's
man.
amazing. Oh my God. Or like the good old George the Animal Steel. You come in and he always like, did he really like eat? Can he eat the turnbuckles or something?
Yeah, like he would eat the turnbuckle and stuff.
Yeah, so you have the green tongue.
I'm gonna ask a question real quick. Would you actually like? You guys are big wrestling fans, yeah?
Yeah.
Would
Old school, like when it was still called World Wildlife Federation or whatever.
When they had the panda for the logo.
They had the panda for the logo. That was when they were. That was the hardcore fans.
Have you guys ever taken like a bump or a hit?
Me? No, when I was a kid. I saw someone was in the chat was talking about, look, I had somebody set up ladder matches in their living rooms.
That was me.
That was Dave with the chat.
Wait, is that actually true?
Oh,
What were
yeah,
their names?
100%. Kendall and Jamie Callender, those guys were wrestling fanatics. And, I mean, we would go over to their house. Chris Barlow lived there. And we would all just kind of hang out, and all of a sudden there'd be a ladder in the living room, and one of the guys would be climbing up to the top and jumping off, and some kind of flying elbow, and the guy'd go rolling across the floor. It was awesome, actually.
Wait,
It's
Jake, I have a
always
more
the best
important
parties.
question. Why are you showing a camera angle? Look at this. Like, I'm just like the voice in the background speaking over
You're not even in it.
What do you mean? I'm cutting back and forth between when you talk, I cut to you. Look at it now.
Oh, maybe it's the lag that everyone's complaining about.
Yeah,
You
it goes.
see what I mean, Tyler? There.
There
finally.
you are, yeah.
Yeah, right. There's a terrible lag.
There is a lag. Well, what do you got there? Is that a Samsung?
My phone? It's an iPhone.
Is that a Nokia 2300?
I want my old flip phone.
Hayes, you know how the cancel is not in your vocabulary? Lag is not in mine.
That's
like
right.
That's a word I hate to hear.
I saw a shit ton of like different wrestlers because I totally forgot about the era that had like, because we mentioned quickly Chris Jericho, like who we're friends with. We love Fozzy. We actually did a full tour with those guys, and we met Chris Jericho years ago. Dave, like he came to one of our shows in Winnipeg or something. He came on the bus, said hi. But Chris Jericho is like, he's got to be one of the biggest wrestlers I think today,
Undoubtedly.
right?
I love that celebrity death match.
That used to be awesome. Remember that was that the claymation ones?
Yeah, it
They
was.
used to have like
MTV.
Bill Cosby was fighting, someone.
Was that animated?
Yeah, I think it was like claymation.
I think it was claymation.
Oh, that's what it was. Because it was on like Comedy Central or something, wasn't it?
You've probably seen it in reruns, Jake.
Yeah, I'm too young for that.
I think I saw it on Hulu. Is that new? Yeah.
Oh my! All right. Well, yeah. I just had to interject and.
Dave, who was your favorite wrestler?
I was a Macho Man, Randy Savage fan. Part of it, I think, was because I loved Elizabeth too. It was just like the two of them went hand in hand, and there was the drama between Jake the Snake loved Elizabeth. There was always this drama that was going on. If Macho Man was down, all of a sudden Jake the Snake showed up, and he was holding the snake. He's like, "What's up, Liz?"
Elizabeth didn't really say much. Didn't she always look like a damsel in distress? She was like, "Oh."
Not till later, but later on, she got a real personality and started getting into the conversations. But that was later on. That was still pre-lawsuit. It was still WWF days.
Pre-lawsuit. I love the pre-lawsuit days.
Wait, there's an actual lawsuit against WWF?
I think WWF, World Wildlife Foundation or something, sued.
Oh,
right.
Federation.
Dave's right.
And then they
that
had
did
to
happen.
change it to World Wrestling Entertainment or something like that. WWE.
I was wondering why that switch happened.
Yeah.
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
So I want to see
because
if anybody goes back as far back as I do on wrestling. Who knows superstar Billy Graham?
Oh yeah.
That was my favorite.
He was 1920.
Hey,
Hey, sold!
It was like when they still did silent wrestling.
Bushwhackers.
Remember silent wrestling?
Yeah.
Didn't any sound yet?
Dude, in Canada, we had Stampede Wrestling, which was like kind of the...
Oh, God.
I think there was cattle involved or something. But it was good.
My
Stampede
DNA
Wrestling, I think, came on after WWF, like 1 in the morning.
My dad used to tell me his mom was a huge wrestling fan. Like, she would watch as soon as TVs were available and they had one, she would sit at the edge of the couch and watch wrestling like it was the best thing. And so it's in my DNA, I think, to like it.
Jake, people are pointing out the wrong Billy Graham. Will you do a quick search and find a picture of superstar Billy Graham, the wrestler?
Not the
not the
evangelist.
minister. Yeah,
it's not the evangelist guy. Didn't Billy Graham get DDT'd by Jesus? He may have.
Wait, hold on, Hayes. I think I
room
have
looks so
it.
tiny.
he has
with
long
Tyler
hair
wide.
and he's really muscular. He's not in a... Yeah, there he is.
Is that him?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's him. Superstar Billy Graham.
He's definitely dreamy. I can see why you
Look
like
at those
him, Danny.
biceps.
Iron Sheik.
Look at those chops.
Look
Look at those chops.
Look at the Elvis lamb chop.
Oh my goodness.
Well, look at him up there and where he's got the bald with the. He's
Yeah.
kind of like looks like a Hollywood Hogan at that point.
Yeah, that's what steroids does to you, and yeah.
That's all natural, baby. That's just protein. It's chicken breasts.
I thought it was Beyond Meat that gets you there.
It's bacon strips. Do we want to give something away at this point? People want to get something.
Let's give Dave away.
Can we give Dave away?
Yeah, let's give Dave away.
One free day. Iron
don't want
Sheik.
this.
Yes. Camel Clutch.
You don't want this.
He
What's
said
that?
you don't want. He said you don't want this.
You don't want this.
Hang with Dave for 24 hours and see if you survive.
Dave, what can we give away? And people like giveaways. Some
I don't
merch.
know.
Zero Cool, I appreciate your faith in me. I think you're right. 5 days and superstar Billy Graham and I.
And
Twins.
Danny be like,
We need to give some vinyl away. Do we have vinyl? Where's the vinyls at?
Oh, do you guys have vinyl?
We got some vinyl, I think. It's hard to get now because I heard a vinyl. One of these big vinyl manufacturers burnt down or something. So like getting vinyl takes like 6 months or something now.
Really?
Yeah, it's tough to get. So if you have vinyl, it's tough.
Turns out there was only one manufacturing plant in the world making vinyl, and it burned down. So we're backed up till somebody makes some more vinyl.
Sounds like
printing
bullshit,
machines.
doesn't it? Sounds like
It
bullshit.
sounds like complete.
It sounds like
bullshit.
something our label has told us. Like, where's our vinyl?
Oh, yeah,
Guess
burned
what?
down.
Guess what? The only vinyl factory. Yeah.
We're totally those. That's what it's like being in a band. You're like, hey, did you hear? The vinyl factory broke down. Where'd you hear that? Your manager?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like the telephone game.
Exactly.
How about we give away some? Do you have any merch?
Let's give away some merch.
Yeah, let's get some Theory merch away.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice quality stuff.
Let's spam Theory real
I heard
quick,
the
chat.
cotton factory also burned down.
The cotton factory, the hoodie factories are burning down as we speak.
Oh my!
Yeah, spam Theory, and
Right,
we'll give away some merch.
I'll tell you what. I'm enjoying this because like this is after the show we just had with the anxiety and like the stress. It's nice just to sit back, laugh, watch a nice podcast.
This is
Why
like
don't
the,
you have
This is what our
anxiety? I have
podcast is
anxiety
like.
and stress with Dave and Tyler all the time.
really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why I was like, I got to intercept this thing because
This
it
is
could
like
go off the rails.
I feel like
any
me and
minute.
Dave. I think me and Dave are like the Conan O'Brien show. You know, we're on like after the other shows are on.
Yeah, you're the late
Conan
late show.
O'Brien.
All right.
You know, we're
Many
not for
nights in
everybody.
bars with you guys to know where this could go.
Oh my!
You know, I
don't even-
never got to call Danny from jail, and that's one thing I'm sad. You know what? But I still might.
There's still time, Ty. There's still time.
Oh
I will get out my lawyer briefcase for you. If you call me from jail, I will dust off the briefcase.
Would you bring
Yeah.
a briefcase?
Yeah, bring a briefcase.
You're like, hi.
Absolutely.
You
Oh
open
my!
it. I'm here.
I try to wonder
Pull out
what you would
crackers
get.
like I'm Kramer
Yeah.
from
I
Seinfeld.
try to wonder what you would get arrested for. Like what?
I don't know.
I can't. I
road
don't even know.
rage.
Would be.
I feel like road rage or like I don't take this offensive. I impersonating a police officer.
Oh, really?
Like the movie. That's a good episode. You guys,
Listen,
you
bro.
and Dave should do Let's Be Cops episode of band meeting.
We should.
No, Ty's definitely the kind of guy that at an airport will grab a employee only phone off the wall and like an announcement. Or maybe.
He's like this. He's like,
Maybe.
Ding. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like flight 5764 to LAX has been delayed by 7 hours. Thank you.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for
All
sure
right,
something you would do.
The theory giveaway winner is Sweet Skittles, 420.
Well deserved.
Will you
Well
push a button,
deserved.
that person wins?
What's that?
Jake's got a list of his favorites, and he just hits this button.
Yeah, I
get
handpick them.
kickbacks.
I handpick them. It's all right, though. It's rigged.
Congrats. Sweet Skittles.
All right, well, you want to get back into this episode without me interrupting? I'm sorry. I had to ask.
No, it's good timing. It was good timing.
All right, let's get back into it. Here we go.
You know, he had the green
Yeah,
tongue.
the green tongue. Yeah, so there was many a times, where I had to hold a razor blade and hand it off during a match and stuff. But, it's crazy because a lot of people say, well, they cut themselves and they do this. Well, yeah, that's true, but that's an art form in itself too, because you need to know how to cut yourself and you need to know how to pass it on to somebody without exposing it and going, oh my God, look, Marty gave him a razor blade. There's an art form to it.
I
Yeah.
agree.
What do you do? Go down there and be like, "Hey, are you okay, man?" And he's like, "Get out of here!" And you're like, "Oh."
Yeah,
Pass
yeah.
it to
So
him? Oh.
you're checking on them and you're grabbing their hand or whatever, and it's a sleight of hand. It's like being a magician, And one of the things that I always did for me is I would always be animated and distracting and stuff and do all this, and then at the same time I'd just come in and I'd slip it right to them and magic.
I do always notice though where it always has bothered me, but obviously it's part of the whole shtick of the show is that sometimes the referee will count, and be like 1, 2, and you go to hit the 3, but it was no, it was only 2. He always does this. He always goes up and goes the 2.
Yeah,
Guys waiting for the shoulder to come off the ground. You can see the refs like, dude, I can't be late.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest pet peeves when I see younger referees today on TV and what they're doing is, they'll do the 1, 2, and then they'll just stop like right here and hold it. And I just, no, come on, guys. The way to get that across and really get it over is to really just come down like you're going to count 3. I used to have calluses on my right hand right here because I would actually skim the canvas because I would make it that close. Mike Chioda taught me that trick, and he would always say you want to make it as close as you can because if somebody isn't kicking out, then you do have that split second where you can actually hit 3 and count 3 if they're not kicking out. So when I see guys or girls when they're counting and they stop up here or they do stuff like that, for me personally, as an older guy from the business, it really gives away the magic of, okay, well, he wasn't supposed to kick out. And people go, oh, okay, he's going to do that again and again. So by the time you come for the finish and you're doing this kind of stuff, it takes away, the pop, so to speak.
Yeah.
I mean, we literally used to wrestle in our house. I got 2 brothers. So we would have 2 wrestlers and 1 referee, and somebody had to count out the 3 count. Like, we did that for real. That was our childhood. We had the mini ring.
I used to do the 2 thing. I'm like, no, it was only 2.
Yep. We had the mini ring, right, with all the little rubber figures. And, for me, the
LJN figures, the big LJN thick figures.
Yeah,
those were the coolest.
Yeah, and I had all those guys, and it was like my favorite was Macho Man Randy Savage. Growing up, I loved Macho Man. But I grew up with the Killer Bees and the British Bulldogs as the tag teams, and it was like Andre the Giant, Hogan, King Kong Bundy. That was like what I remember of my wrestling childhood was all those classic wrestlers that were just.
Was it the Bushwhackers? They used to walk.
Bushwhackers, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Luke and Butch. The Rockers, the Rougeos, the Young Stallions, Paul Roma and Jim Powers,
Iron
those
Sheik
guys.
laying down the camel clutch on
absolutely. Sergeant Slaughter, so all those guys. And it's crazy, because my brothers got me involved with professional wrestling, and I would sit there and watch it with them, and I eventually, got consumed with it. And all these names that you mentioned, it's crazy because I've actually got to hang out with these guys at shows and and just talk to them and not only talk to them as a fan, but get to talk to them as a peer and stuff, and make mention, that, hey man, I'm back in the day, I used to take my brothers, to the local pizza parlor and pay $5 a head so we could get in and see the pay-per-views and stuff. So to sit there and actually talk with these guys and actually work with them, again, surreal moment, just like Madison Square Garden. It's like, man, is this really happening? And it did.
Yeah. There's so many parallels with wrestling and music with the touring, with the traveling, because they'll travel around different arenas and do shows, and there's like a big family, and so because you have kind of both sides of the story. So you actually have, because I
where you disappeared for a
people
bit.
in Slaughter and
That was your own lag.
there's Mark Slaughter and there's Dana Strum and
Yep.
and so how did that all happen? Because it's interesting how you do two completely different things, right? Because you still work with some of the stuff, the fan club stuff. Or you still do some of that?
No, not anymore. The last few years I've been doing a lot of backline for Vince Neil, because Dana is actually his bass player and his manager, his personal manager. So I actually do backline with my brother Mike, my identical twin.
Right.
We actually do backline for Vince. Anything west of the Mississippi is, more than likely, we're taking care of it and stuff. Same thing with Slaughter. I remember the day that August 26, 1988, when Vinnie Vincent fired the band. And I remember Mark and Dana coming out, and we were leaning up against Mark's little Triumph T7. And we looked at each other, and I was like, what are you guys going to do now? And they said, we really don't know. And 2 weeks later, Chrysalis gave Mark Vinny's deal, which was, at the time, it was for two records for $4 million. And that was the birth of Slaughter, as Slaughter became, Up All Night, Fly to the Angels, all that good stuff. And it's crazy because I remember when they were doing those demos and they were writing those songs, and I remember hearing like rough drafts of Fly to the Angels and Up All Night and some other stuff that they were doing. And it was like, wow, man, this is going to be different. And it was. And lo and behold, when they went in and they recorded the record and they released Up All Night, which the video, that they did for Up All Night, that was actually directed by Michael Bay, who
Really?
Who directed
Transformers.
all the Transformers and everything. Yeah. So Michael Bay directed that video, and a lot of people don't even know that. And it was crazy to see that start of Slaughter and where they ended up eventually, and being MTV darlings with Up All Night and Fly to the Angels and Spend My Life off that first record, and then helping with the fan club, when they were on that tour with Winger and Kiss and Danger Danger. And it was such an amazing ride. And again, being a part of that, but at the same time, I still had my little wrestling geekness that I was, really involved with too. I was a closet wrestling guy back then.
Wait, Jake, stop it there.
We're all
I got a
kinda-
question.
You got a question?
Yeah, I'm very confused. How do we go from wrestling to Slaughter?
I don't know, because I froze. There is a weird connection, because Slaughter just reminds me of Sgt Slaughter.
Right. That's what I thought he was talking about. And then I realized he's talking about a record.
So who's one of your favorite? Who's your favorite wrestler? Sgt Slaughter. Slaughter? Yeah, actually, I was with the band, and we're like, what just happened?
Dave, did you follow along here?
Well, Ty's was trying to get it from him for a while, like get his, because he has some kind of Marty has some connection to the Sunset Strip and all these like bands that were kind of new. So Ty, you kind of were digging at it or something like that.
I was trying to move him away from wrestling and getting into the rock stuff.
So you knew he had a rock.
Yeah, he
connection.
used to hang out on the Sunset Strip and then just, I guess, meet people, and he was hanging out with Slaughter or something like that, and then he's like, he works for Vince Neil. It's crazy how it's.
And then was he talking about Dana White? I mean, who's Dana?
Dana is in Vince Neil's band and his manager. Dave, was Dana the guy who? Remember we did Motley Crue? Who was Nikki Sixx's bass tech? You remember that guy? Wasn't it Dana? You remember the guy with the long blonde hair?
Hell
Maybe
no.
it's the same guy. Dave, you don't know. You're
I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
I,
you're so
so
high
sometimes
on
I thought
the
it was talking
tour.
about Dana White, but I'm like, wait, that's
Wait a minute. Are you
UFC?
saying we toured with Motley Crue? Awesome,
Yeah, man.
More
More than once.
Does want to has a very interesting question that
Yeah.
I'm actually interested in the answer to as well.
Where'd it go?
They want to know, Dogas, when are you guys talking about their new record they are making?
I saw Tyler's post
What
and some
post?
comments.
Oh yeah, you posted your folder of record 8 or something, so you're starting to save some ideas. Maybe that must be your post.
Oh yeah, no, starting to work on record number 8, Theory of Dead Man.
Love that.
Yes, very excited.
Amazing.
Very excited. I love the fake clap.
So
All right here, guys.
Officially
It's all
working
right
on it,
here.
Yeah, so we
All right,
we
then.
want to be in the studio like
There it is.
January. So definitely want to have something out to everybody. I don't know. Probably by spring, summer. It's not up to us. It's the labels. You know how it is. They'll blow it. They'll do something.
Is that a leak?
Is that a leak? That's a leak.
That's a leak.
Oh,
Spam
leak.
leak, chat.
the leak continues on the band meeting now.
Now the leak, yes. So is there a plumber? What's the deal? What's Jake? What do you do with the plumber?
I tried calling a plumber one time, and Mr. Hayes got very upset with me. I actually called one.
Why
And
did I
told-
get upset? What I forgot.
I
I get
practically
upset with you a lot.
well, I practically prank called a plumber.
Yeah, I just know I get upset with you a lot. I don't remember that specific
Oh.
incident. You're kind of like Asher, my kid, you know? Like, I get mad at him.
You don't know why anymore?
I don't remember because I know it's tomorrow Jake's going to do something else that's going to make me mad, and I can't hold on to it because he is cute. Like, he's Jake.
Hey, I'll take that. Appreciate that. Okay. Well, enough of me interrupting. Should we get back to it?
Well, I had something else I was going to
Okay.
ask Tyler, and now you made me forget.
Oh, I'm
Talking
sorry.
about your
A record?
bad behavior.
A record? A
New
leak?
record,
It'll come back to me.
leak, Sgt Slaughter from
Nah.
G.I. Joe or something.
I'm long lost on the Sgt Slaughter. Okay, great. Play the video.
All right, let's get back to it.
Yeah.
Closet wrestling guys, I think.
I love that you've got a twin brother that you guys work backline together. I can just picture like somebody coming up to you and be like, "Hey, like, where's that amp? I thought you were going to bring it over here. What amp?"
Oh yeah.
10 minutes
Yeah.
ago, I just said you would get that amp over here that I needed.
Yeah,
It wasn't anything to me, man.
It's a lot of fun, man. You know, like we've had some very cool trips, with driving the truck and the gear and stuff, and with some load-ins and some things. Matter of fact, about 3 years ago, we had a show. We did a Vince show in Sacramento, and the next night we had a Slaughter gig, and it was up north, and we actually had to drive it was Donner's Pass up there, and it was snowing, and
Oh, I remember.
of course, we
Let's get it. What is it?
I remembered.
You had to put your glasses on to figure it out?
I had
You're
to go
like,
back in the comments.
now you have to chew on the end of the glass. There we go. You need a pipe. Danny needs a
I
pipe.
need a pipe. Props. No, so someone posted maybe theory on DWP festivals next year.
Ooh.
Yes.
And I was going to say, that's a lock.
That's a lock.
That's a lock.
You heard it here first.
That's a lock.
That's a lock.
You know
which is
what?
a
We
leak.
could probably do. It's a ways out, but maybe we could do the podcast live at one of the shows.
You want to come out and do one live at one of our current upcoming shows? You guys could.
We could.
You
To figure out the deets.
Space Zebra is going to be set up at every one of our festivals going forward.
Cool.
They'll have a broadcast area. You and Dave could come out and do the podcast or do band meeting live at like Rockville or live.
We could.
At Louder Than Life.
You know what? I just thought of a theme song for their show too. It's just
Are you going to
Space-
make us a theme
It's just
song?
Space Zebra with Bobby and Bees.
Well, I like it.
You got to work Jake in there. How do you work Jake
No,
in?
because it's 3 B's and then you throw a J in there, so it doesn't really work. It's like
Oh, yeah,
because
there's-
it's Bobby,
Yeah, because there's
Balls
four.
and
There's,
bees.
Bobby, balls, and bees.
yeah, there's 3 guys, and then there's Jake.
and then
as
there's
well.
me.
Yeah.
Someone's got to come up with a rhyme to get Jake in there. Like, give away something for someone who comes up with a really good rhyme to work Jake into the band meeting song.
You can write, if you write the theme song for the song, no royalties will be given to.
Disclaimer.
You've got the paperwork.
I've trained you well, Tyler.
Hey, I do want to say, I
You will
think
sign all your money's away.
I forget who it was that said it in the chat, but they asked how tall you were because Tyler makes the set look like it's like smaller, like it's
I'm tall. I am tall. I mean, Danny, don't stand up.
I'm not.
Because they said you
I am
make
tall.
you make the set look smaller. It's like Alice in Wonderland.
But you know what's really bugging
I
me,
am
Jake,
tall.
is when I sit on that couch, my feet don't reach the floor.
It's like this.
Like, yeah, if I lean back, my feet don't reach the floor. So like now, like Bobby's chair is much better for me.
That is nice.
Like this
It
is like
suits you,
this is like
too.
the grandma's chair. Like my grandma would have sat in this, and she was tiny too.
Someone's died in that chair for sure.
Well,
Just real quick, the chat loves the idea of you guys doing band meeting live.
Yeah, we
at
definitely
Louder Than
want.
Life.
Yeah, we definitely want to do. Oh, Louder Than Life. Oh,
Or any festival for that matter.
that could be cool. We definitely want to start doing some live stuff.
That would be
Yeah, I mean,
amazing.
we'll start talking money, and then we'll figure it out.
Oh, you want to pay us to do it?
oh yeah,
Wow.
sure. I can send you. Yeah.
Dave, I always felt you're just a stand-up guy, and
Hey, we're making money now.
right.
There's a huge
got
bag
lots.
of cash behind Jake,
Yeah, lots.
and he just blows his nose with it. It's crazy.
I invested in gold bars a long time ago, and
He did.
Now I
Actually,
just
Dave has like a gun safe full
some
of
Fort Knox.
gold and stuff.
Well, so we have an investment show with Dave coming up.
But that's
next.
something we would
Stay
do.
tuned.
Anytime we would travel or go through airports or anything, Dave would just go to one of those, the exchange
Yeah.
things, and they have gold there. Dave will be like, "What do you got for gold?" And he'll barter with them. Like, "Oh, we
You
got
can
silver."
barter with those things?
Yeah, right,
I
Dave?
didn't know that.
Oh, if you've got a gun, you can. Yeah.
Is that?
No.
You said gun.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
what's that movie? You said bomb.
That's right.
They'll move on the price. It's just like anything. You can even at airports in some places you can get silver or gold bars. So it's better than taking Canadian currency with you. Just go buy some silver.
Seven Ant is right. Now the FBI is going to be watching
Yes.
this show. Thanks, Dave.
Hey, that's three more people.
That's more people.
It's like Agent 71,
Yeah. Yeah.
hashtag, underscore.
Hey, can I? Now that we're talking about live at festivals, I think Louder would be a good setup. Hayes, can we leak like what the idea is for the Space Zebra setup?
I figured you guys leaked that a long time ago.
Well, we're just leaking left and right.
All right, go ahead, leak it.
Well,
I figured that cat was
think-
out of the bag a long time ago.
I think it'd be appropriate if you guys did it live at Louder Than Life because Space Zebra is going to be set up at the Big Bourbon Bar on the stage.
On the stage, fan facing.
Oh, wow.
Fan facing.
Fan facing. That's nerve wracking.
Yep.
You might need some bourbon with that.
Hey, Marty just joined the chat. Hey,
Hey, Marty.
Hey, Marty's here.
Hey, Marty's here. Marty is
Marty, we have
right
questions.
here.
There he is.
Okay, now let's get this question nailed down, Tyler. The question we were asking earlier.
What about Slaughter?
How did he go from wrestling to Slaughter?
I think
was
I just
very
made
confusing.
a full change, like a professional interviewer.
There it is.
Like no segue needed.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's what happened. Maybe Marty will say. I don't know if Marty just jumped in right now.
I hope Marty can type really fast.
He said the Sunset
He just
Strip
said
and
the
music.
Sunsets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go for it.
The Sunset Strip and music happened first, then I transitioned into professional wrestling.
Okay, so you were in the music business first, and that wasn't crazy enough for you, so you thought you'd go into wrestling.
Yes.
That makes sense.
It's awesome. Tyler's another Ron Burgundy. I am Ron Burgundy, by the way. The band knows this.
The two go hand in hand. Yeah, you are.
Because here's the problem I have. Like, if we're doing a live show and I'm singing, and if sometimes people have like a sign, I love you, Tyler, or something like
Right.
that, or play this song or something. If I'm singing a song, I will literally start singing I will be like, I'll sing whatever it says on that thing. So I have to do this thing where I have to like blur my vision when I look in the audience.
Well, I will say, funny
I
you
can't
say that.
read people's lips either. If they're singing and they're singing different lyrics, I will start singing wrong lyrics.
Well, it's funny you say that because I just had a Ron Burgundy moment like this past Thursday during Starving Artists. I was just rattling off the donations, and there was a bad name that came in, and I was just reading them off, and it was just the name was Jake sticks cats in his butt, and I just read it off like it was normal.
What?
Yeah, people like when they donated were like they could put their own name.
That was one of their names.
That was one of their names. It was Josh Balls. He typed it in.
Oh, Josh.
Just to see if I would read it off, and I was like straight Ron Burgundy, and I just kept reading it and like thought nothing of it.
All right, so Marty says he went back to music and TV after WWE.
Yes, I think we're going to get into that about now.
And then in a few minutes, Tyler, I'll let you give away some LTL tickets because there's some demands for LTL tickets.
Let's do that.
Oh, I like
After
that.
segment.
Okay, cool.
All right,
Now we got Marty here. Let's play some more of the show.
let's get back into it.
We had no idea that the snow was going to be what it was. And a 5-hour drive actually turned into almost 19 hours because of the snow.
Wow.
We had to stop. We had to buy chains. We roads were closed and stuff. But I will say that was one of the scariest times being on the road, traveling through snow and everything else going across Donner's Pass. And it's crazy because I had never heard of Donner's Pass. And I looked it up the next day when we were safe and sound in Salt Lake City. And I went, holy schmoly, man, we could have been in a very bad place, man. Not made that.
Tense, right? That's tense
It
driving.
is.
When you're driving through that stuff, the middle of your back hurts. You're holding that steering wheel a little tight.
And you're like
I could just
this,
picture it.
You're just kind of just like,
Where
oh
do
my
you
God.
picture it?
And, I remember turning to my brother Mike, and I told him, serious as a heart attack. I said, Mike, I love you. And if we die today, bro, we came into this world together. We're going to go out together.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the wrestling, they had come up with some sort of plan to have you like all of a sudden you would appear twice. Like, what is this? There's two of them. Like, I don't surprise they hadn't. No, like, you have a twin? How do we use this?
And it's funny. Tommy Dreamer, after I left WWE, I shouldn't say after I left, after I was fired for denying wearing a KISS t-shirt at WWE, that's why they let me go. But I remember telling Tommy Dreamer after the fact that I had a twin brother, and he goes, how come you never told us? And I said, nobody ever asked.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Well,
it's not
worked that
information
into the story.
Yeah. So, but who's to say, man? I mean, if there's any promotions out there, that, want to have a double twin whammy, I mean, hey, call me.
That's right.
We should do a wrestling music video at some point. It'd be so much fun.
Not a bad idea.
I can help you guys with the rings and all that good stuff,
That's
man.
right.
That sounds
so
fun.
Were you living in LA then when back in the 80s, like with Sunset Strip? Like,
Yes. Actually, I was a huge Motley guy. Still am to this day. Because KISS turned into Super KISS around 79 and 80. And then they did Unmasked and all that stuff and, kind of lost interest in that. But then I remember hearing about this local band in LA called Motley Crue. And I remember hearing their record because a buddy of mine had the record, and I remember dropping the needle and hearing Livewire for the first time and just going like, holy moly, what's this about? And then seeing the band. So I heard that they were playing, and I took it upon myself at 15 years old that I wanted to go see this band. So I hitchhiked to LA to go see them for the first time in 1981. And I got to the show, I went, I seen them, and it was life-changing to say the very least, man. And then from there, I followed Motley around the clubs. I mean, the Troubadour, the Whiskey, Gazzari's, Pookie's, Glendale Civic Auditorium, the Country Club,
Country Club. We played there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, just all these clubs in LA that were the clubs to be at back in the 80s, So, and then again, I remember seeing Motley. Actually, it was Nikki and Tommy. They were out at the sports arena. It was during For Those About to Rock tour at the LA Sports Arena. And I remember Nikki and Tommy handing out flyers in front of the sports arena. And to this day, I still have the flyer that Nikki gave me. And, it was crazy. And I always like to tell people, that Motley was my band and still is, because I was there when there was maybe 50 people at the Glendale Civic Auditorium seeing Motley, but yet they had this energy and they had this drive and they just had this it factor that you just knew that these guys were going to do something. Little did they know that they were going to dominate the world and become who they ultimately became. But to see them in their infancy like that, and to see the drive and the fire that they had was amazing to see. And then to see them take it to the next level. And then here we are, Motley Crue today. And for me, coming full circle and doing backline for Vince Neil, and being on the side of the stage, Vince is singing Looks to Kill, Live Wire, Shout at the Devil. And I'm going like, I was 15 years old when I hitchhiked to see you guys, man. And now I'm on the side of the stage, man, and you're doing these songs. And, when Vince sees me and my brother, he knows us and gives us a hug and high five and stuff, man. That stuff, you just go like, am I dreaming, man? Somebody please wake me up. No. And
that's awesome.
It's awesome, dude.
So how do you go from the wrestling to the TV show stuff? When you left WWE, now you started, because first came Lucha Underground, right? That was the first one?
No, actually, I started working doing production assistant stuff. And I actually told myself when I was let go, I said, look, there's two things that I could do. I could either swim or I could sink. And I like to swim. So what I did is I actually started doing background work. I went to Central Casting and I signed up, and I started getting placed in different background stuff, just to kind of get my foot in the door. And then what happened is I started doing a lot of that stuff, and I started to know people, and I started connecting. Networking is very, very important in entertainment. It's not what you know, it's who you know, really.
Yeah. And,
just being a good human being and just being a hard worker and being somebody, that you want to hang with on a tour bus for 6 months. That's the most important thing, man. You never want to be that guy on a tour bus where you go, man, I got to ride with this guy for 6 months. You never want to be that guy.
No. Being the guy that will get the gear there, even if they need to drive 19 hours through Donner's Pass.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. So then I started doing that. And then I actually went on the Mayhem festivals, doing that stuff. A buddy of mine, Josh Bernstein, who was running Revolver at the time, who's now the president of Hit Parader magazine. He met me at a Vegas show that they did. I believe it was the 48-hour festival. Avenged Sevenfold was headlining it, and I remember meeting him because I was working merchandise for Chris Jericho, and I met him, and he didn't know who I was at the time. And about half an hour later, he comes into the dressing room, and he goes, "Holy smokes! I didn't know you were Marty Elias from WrestleMania 25, dude. Here's my card, dude." And I went, all right, well, if you ever need any help, he's like, email me. And I went, all right. So I got hooked up with Josh, and I started doing a lot of the Revolver Golden God award shows, a lot of the Mayhem stuff that he was doing. And as a matter of fact, that's how I got connected with Alex from Orange, because he was the rep at that time. And I was out on the road, and I was selling subscriptions for Revolver magazine, and I was selling merch for Orange Amps out on the road. And then when we ended up in Atlanta, that's when I finally got to meet Alex face to face, and we just connected, man. And we've been friends ever since. And Alex is the one who's actually hooked all this stuff up, man. So again, going back to networking, being a good dude and working hard, man, it pays off. I'm living proof, man. So I was able to go do that. And then I got a call when I was on the Mayhem Festival from Krista Joseph, who was the creative director of Lucha Underground. And I'd worked with him at WWE. And he calls me and he goes, "Hey, man, do you still love professional wrestling?" And I said, "Not like I used to." And he goes, "Would you be interested in working?" He goes, "I interviewed for a show here in LA. I can't tell you what it is." He goes, "But I can tell you the name." And at the time, the name was the working title was Lucha Uprising. It wasn't Lucha Underground. And so I got off tour and I went and I met with the showrunner and I met with the line producer, and they were pretty convincing and told me what their plans were. So I said, okay. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll do 5 episodes and that's it. If I'm not feeling it, then I'm out. And lo and behold, I stayed for 4 seasons, and we actually changed the wrestling landscape. I'd like to say Lucha Underground really did something and really changed the way wrestling was done, and the way we shot it too, because it was a Robert Rodriquez thing, and Skip Chasen, who is his be-all guy as far as shooting. He really did something different with it. It was shot differently. It wasn't shot on normal film. So we shot it differently. And it's crazy to see that WWE and other promotions try and copy that today. And I always like to say, that Lucha Underground set the standard for that and changed the way that professional wrestling is shot today.
You can definitely tell it's a Robert Rodriguez. It's got that grainy, it's got that
Yes.
kind of look, that's from some of, Grindhouse and some of the stuff that he's done. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You should definitely check that out. It's on the Rey Network, right? I think you can get it. You can buy it on iTunes.
Yeah,
like that, right?
and I believe it's actually on Tubi now, from what I've been told.
Yeah, that's right.
It's on Tubi. And I actually read something today that Robert Rodriguez actually has a deal with Roku to bring back the Rey Network and its content and stuff. So hopefully, we get to see some Lucha Underground stuff on that, and people will be introduced to it who haven't seen it and really like it, and so that's how I got into TV, really, by working behind the scenes on Lucha Underground, because it was a lot of TV stuff. Because one of the misconceptions that people thought was that Lucha Underground was an actual wrestling promotion, and it wasn't. It was a TV show based on an underground wrestling promotion. And that was the difference. So there was a lot of TV people interacting with professional wrestling people. So I remember talking to people and saying, okay, you guys show us TV, we'll show you wrestling. And that's what we did. And I really think that's what made Lucha Underground so successful behind the scenes, is that all of us who were part of that creative process and a part of everything behind the scenes, is that we actually worked together and we made this amazing product that people still talk about today.
Yeah.
Seems like
That's
you've been
pretty
kind of
cool.
making your future happen since you were 10 years old. So
Yeah.
what are the next boxes you're going to check? What is it
What else
that
do you
you're looking
predict?
forward to? Yeah, like what do you want to do now? What are you going to make happen now from here? On?
I'm actually going to be dropping my own podcast on Killcliff TV.
Yeah.
There we
Heard.
go. So there's where I'm going now.
Well, you just picked up an instant fan base of some north of 100K. We're going to say north of 100K.
Wow, thank you,
I don't know.
thank you. Yeah,
I
and the podcast will be called, look at that, huh? Killcliff, Ignite.
Reppin'.
Yeah, the show is going to be called Life After 3. And
Which is what?
Life After 3, people, well, why name it Life After 3? Because here's the thing, folks. I was able to live my dream in the wrestling world. I was able to do that. And I achieved that by working the greatest match in WrestleMania history with Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker at WrestleMania 25. And Shawn and Undertaker have both said that if there's one match that can define their careers, and a match that was perfect, that's the match. And the fact, that I was the third man in the ring for that, I mean, that's not a bad one to be remembered for. But the fact, that I was fired by WWE for wearing a KISS t-shirt or for denying it, the fact, that, again, I could either sink or I could swim. And again, I like to swim. So I went and said, you know what? The same passion, the same drive, the same love that I have for professional wrestling, I can go apply that to music. I can go apply that to TV production. And that's exactly what I've done. And I've been able to go do that. And I've been able to go work with Vince Neil. I've been able to go work on TV production. I've been able to work on.
Sorry, it's hard for me to hear you.
You're just ignoring us.
No, I'm intently listening.
So he got fired. Is that what he
That's
said?
what I was.
He
That's what I
got
was
fired from WWE for wearing a Kiss. He tried to wear a Kiss shirt, and they wouldn't let him.
Marty, are you still? If you're still in the
I
chat,
think he wore it, and then he didn't. They say he denied it or something. They fired him for denying he wore a Kiss shirt.
Did you think it
I
was
thought
denied?
he was saying that they denied him.
I thought it
wearing-
was like he wouldn't take his shirt off.
Yeah.
Like he was going to wear it on WrestleMania, and they
Yeah.
said no, you
Maybe
can't.
that's it.
Yeah, Marty's on here somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Yeah, that
curious
makes
about that
sense.
because that's a principled guy.
I denied wearing it.
They wanted you to wear one, and you said no.
It sounds like he's.
I'm confused.
Or he denied that they said, did you wear one? And he said no.
He said no, but they would have had it on video if he did or didn't.
Right.
I know. It's
You guys have to do a follow-up episode.
We're gonna follow up with Marty.
Oh, there it
Violated
is.
dress code.
Aha. Yes. Yeah, that's what I figured. He violated a dress code somehow.
But he talks about because I saw Dave in there. You were talking earlier, Dave, about wrestling songs. Because yeah, we have some songs on WWE. We did
Wait, don't say it. 'Cause you have some Louder Than Life tickets to give away.
Let's do that.
Oh.
See if you can
Some
maybe
L.
who can see if anyone can.
Yeah,
first one to
okay.
guess it maybe.
Let's
Or you
see if
wanna
they
just-
let's-
Well, Ty, can you remember what they're called?
yeah, I remember them.
Okay.
Or if it's too
'Cause I
hard,
can
we
only
can also
remember
just
one.
spam
Yeah, let's spam something.
spam something.
All right. What do you want? How about? Wait.
Sweet Skittles has got a 50% chance of winning, according to Jake.
And Jake, have you put? Is there a link for Jake to put in the chat for band meeting?
I will put it in there now. Yep.
Because I kind of feel like Jake hasn't been doing his job for a while.
What?
He's been. I see him on the chat.
No, that's not Jake. That's,
What?
That's Nick in the chat.
Oh, come on
Nick's
now.
doing work, but Jake's
Come on now.
And Danny, you're on there too.
Yeah, Nick is working hard. I see Nick on there all the time.
Wow.
But I don't know what Jake's really up to back there.
Really?
Ever since he built his little fortress of solitude. You notice he's got like a fortress of
He
solitude?
does. He does.
All right. Let's just spam band meeting.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Chat. We're gonna spam band meeting.
What are you giving away, Tyler, for Louder Than Life?
I thought we were giving away tickets.
You are. What tickets are you giving away?
I don't have no idea. Louder Than Life tickets. Go see the show.
How about we'll give away, what should we give away, Jake? A pair of GA
I'm thinking
or an
a pair-
upgrade if you already have GA?
Yeah. If you already have GA, it's an upgrade.
Yep.
If you don't have GA, you get GA.
We'll do a pair. I'm gonna
Two
maybe-
tickets?
This
maybe
isn't
give
even
a- maybe do
fair.
a couple pairs.
I
and
want
give away a couple
tickets.
pairs.
Let's do it. Let's do 2 pairs.
Oh, can you?
2 separate people, right?
Yeah, 2 separate people.
So two
winners.
separate people
Really?
will
2
win.
winners.
Win 2 tickets each.
Yes.
So
correct.
Louder Than Life.
Or upgrades if you already have a ticket.
Oh.
What do they get upgraded to, Danny?
VIP.
VIP.
And if you
Yeah.
already have
Very important
and if you already
people.
have VIP,
Then we kick you back out. So,
then you get back. I'm just kidding.
backstage, right?
Yeah.
Will you maybe? Will you be there hanging out or not?
I will be there hanging
You
out,
will be there.
as will you, doing your podcast live.
Will
and
people get
as
to
will
meet
Stay
you?
Zebra. I do a lot of like out and about meet and greet kind of stuff, and
That's where you'll be bailing me out of jail.
you already know it's going to be Louisville.
All right.
Feel it. Okay.
The first winner is
Louisville.
R.L. Kellogg, 3.
Yes.
I'll tell you,
Like cereal.
Darius Shade definitely wants to win. If Darius Shade doesn't win, I might just have to give that person a pair. 'Cause
Really?
They're really spamming like I've never hard.
If this next winner,
Dave, that's like your sister or something, is it?
we lost Dave.
We did? Oh, we did lose Dave.
And he's like, I'm done.
Double.
I'm sleepy. He's changing a diaper. He's changing a diaper.
Okay. Well,
All right.
as we wait for Dave,
Pick your next winner.
the next winner is. I'm nervous. Tom Seavey,
right.
69.
All right.
New names.
Darius
New names.
Shade, I'm giving a pair of tickets to.
Hey.
Darius Shade!
It's a 6.
How do they collect, Jake?
Gotham Jenny will be whispering you a form to fill out, and we'll be getting your information from that.
Because Darius Shade just tried really hard.
Yeah.
Very hard.
Yeah, they did.
Can't ignore that.
And we will be also Darius, will be sending you Dave Brenner's credit card information to pay for these tickets.
That would be very nice of you.
Dave just said his power just went out and then came back on. Where do you live, Dave? Where is your bunker? I was going to say earlier, because Dave has like gold, has like a safe full of gold, because he's totally one of these, you know those TV shows where people like build bunkers and think like it's coming? Like,
right.
Dave's one of those guys. It's like he's totally going to build like a shelter with a bunch of food and stuff. He could be in a bunker. It's possible.
His generator went out or something.
Yeah.
You really think he's like that?
He is like that.
Oh, well, all right. I do want to say you guys have a tour.
We got a tour. Well, we have a tour coming up in October.
Yes. Tour coming up into...
We're not going to leak this, but there could be something special happening with the tour, but we're not going to.
Can we leak it, please?
We're not leaking it. And I don't trust that Tyler's going to follow through.
Oh, really?
I'm the one that's like pushing this whole thing. Me and you were walking back from dinner.
That's right, and you came up with this idea.
And I said, you know what you should do? Well, because you had the idea of something pretty much like it. And then I had to one-up you. And I had to one-up you. I'm like, you know what, we better.
You did one-up me.
And I'm like, what if we do this? And you were like,
you said, look,
and you were like, you stopped. You went, oh my God.
You said, I'm taller, so my idea must be better.
That's right. Oh my God.
Yes, I do call out Tyler because I have so much love for him.
Well, can we just fill in real quick while we wait for Dave? Your background, like how you guys met again? Were you their
Tyler
lawyer?
Or Tyler or Dave?
No, you and Tyler.
Well, Danny was our lawyer for Theory of Dead Men for years.
Yeah.
How did we get involved? Was that through maybe Bill?
It was through Bill.
Bill McGathy?
Yeah, I'd like to say it was like through some terrible accident or something, but it was through Bill.
So this is back your old office. Can't remember where it was.
It was, I think it was on Rodeo.
Yeah.
When I was on Rodeo.
You had an office on Rodeo?
I did.
It was on
What
Rodeo.
the heck?
Yeah, Rodeo.
It's on Rodeo Drive.
Two Canadians.
I'm very familiar.
I swear to God, it's Rodeo, and then someone's just like, it sounds so dirty. Rodeo.
Well, it does switch. Like at some point, Bobby's on saying he's going to leak what you're doing.
I'm going to leak it.
Bobby says he's leaking it.
He's driving right now. Or no, I think he's still eating macaroni and cheese with wiener.
With wiener pennies? What'd you call
Wiener
them?
pennies, yeah.
Marty,
Sliced
nice to
up
meet
hot
you
dog.
too, man. Thanks for coming on today and
Watching with us.
Love your stories, man. Just some great stories. And when I was listening earlier, like I love someone that can transition, kind of like how I transitioned my career.
That's right. That's right.
I really respect though how he kind of did transition like that and kept reinventing himself, and that's really cool.
Yeah, he's got. Marty, you should write a book. Life After 3. But yeah, he's got a podcast coming out. That podcast we're showing it's almost over. I think it's just got a couple minutes left.
Yeah, only a couple minutes left.
So let's play the rest of the podcast, and then Tyler can contemplate whether he's leaking or not leaking his genius idea.
Hayes, I will say, if he leaks it, it's kind of like a commitment.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
But here's the negative. The idea is so good, I don't want any other band to do it.
Oh, I see.
Hey, that's fair.
That's why the reason I'm kind of hesitant is, as far as I know, no one has done your idea.
Are you sure?
I said as far as I know. I
And
didn't say for fact.
That's like
That's such a lawyer talking. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
read the fine print.
Read the fine print. I said, as far as I know, no one has done your idea. It could be that everyone's doing your idea, and I just don't know.
That's true.
But I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Let's see if the chat has any ideas.
Marty is writing a book.
Oh, he
tentative
is.
release. I mean, this guy just keeps doing more and more.
April 2022. It better not be April 1, dude. Make it April 7.
Bobby, tell him
Tyler
what
should
the
write a
idea-
book
Hey,
about
all I want
want
to say is, Two Bold said that Hayes looks better in that chair than someone else.
I'm never doing that again because Bobby was so hurt. Remember?
Oh, yeah. We're not doing that.
No, we're never doing that again.
Sorry.
So one time
I just like messing with Bobby because he messes
we had
with me.
Amanda on the show. She was filling in for like a couple, or doing like a guest spot. And Amanda's our one of our talent buyers.
Okay.
And she's beautiful, hip, super cool. So I thought it'd be funny to I said, Jake, run a poll. Should Amanda replace Bobby permanently? And of course,
For a
Amanda
joke?
wins.
Oh,
And then Bobby's hurt. for like days was hurt by that.
Yeah.
So we're not doing that again. I agree. I love Tyler's smile too.
What is this, Jake? I got an idea what I is.
What it is.
I don't want to relive this. I'm causing Bobby trauma right now.
Yeah. We're gonna anyways.
Ixnay, the
Great segue as we're
Amanda Nay conversation.
We should bring Amanda on the next podcast to be a co-host. Dave is like done. Dave is like my generator's
band meeting
broke.
with Tyler and Amanda.
Yeah, it's
Here, I got the next jingle ready. Band meeting with Tyler and Hayes. Band meeting with Tyler and Hayes. Band meeting. Band meeting.
it's like me and you, and you're like in a three-piece suit and like a briefcase.
Okay, at least I thought you were gonna like say I've got the puppet strings and you're like my marionette. That's what I thought you were about to do.
Oh, no.
When you started going like that,
No, it's
I
more
was
like
like, okay, you're
bobbleheads.
really going for it.
It's more like bobbleheads.
All right. Well, hopefully, Bobby, just keep it quiet. All right. I'm gonna put a delay on the chat so I can delete the message if you send it. Let's watch the rest of this episode.
Okay.
We're almost done. This is a great talk here that we're watching. This is the premiere of the new episode of Band Meeting with Tyler and Dave. Here is the rest of it. Here we go.
Glow. And that's one of the things, that I stress to people, especially my peers and brothers and sisters in the professional wrestling world who aren't at WWE, is if you love something and you have that passion for it, put that drive that got you to WWE and go place that somewhere else. Because you never want to sit and get stuck chasing that dragon or become a victim of one entertainment platform, because we live in the greatest country ever, the United States of America, and opportunities are out there. Go seize those opportunities and do what's best for you. Not for anybody else. Do what's best for you. And do it because you love it.
Yeah, I love that. It's so true.
Yes. Yeah,
Well, I
so
think you probably have the platform for your podcast is perfect, because you really do appeal to a massive audience, like from across multiple spectrums of entertainment. So I think you have something here with your podcast.
thank you. Yeah, I've already reached out to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and a few other folks, and they've already agreed to come on and stuff. So I'm looking forward to telling some stories and pulling back the curtain and being transparent with a lot of things, that I've been blessed to do, whether it be music, TV or professional wrestling. And again, going back to the name Life After 3, is that the reason I named it Life After 3 is because hence the 1, 2, 3 professional wrestling. But if you look at my career and my body of work, I've conquered 3 different platforms. I've conquered professional wrestling, I've conquered music, and I've conquered television. So those are 3 platforms that I've been able to be successful at and go do them and make a living. And so Life After 3. So to tell everybody that there is life after things that you love, but you can go do other things and do it well. But again, believe in yourself, being a good human being, working hard, and just being respectful of your environment.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably where we should end. I mean, that's just perfectly spoken right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's leave you with something to think about, folks. But I
Amen.
agree, man. I love it. You're kind of like in control of your own destiny if you're willing to work hard and make things happen.
Amen. Hey, guys, real quick, just a shout out to my guys, Future Legend Apparel. That they'll be one of my sponsors for my show, and looking forward to working with them and doing some great stuff. And another chapter in Marty Elias's life and career. Little did I know a year ago, that I would be diving into the podcast world, but yet here I am. And again, it's another opportunity that I'm seizing, and going to make the best of it and put everything into it and enjoy what I'm doing and telling some amazing stories, that I've been blessed to be a part of and share some knowledge and share that, regardless of where you come from in life, no matter what walk of life you come from, that anything is possible. And if you have dreams, go live them.
Yeah. Well, you're a great example of that, man. You know what? It sometimes even me and Dave will even talk amongst ourselves about how sometimes we need a little push to remind ourselves how freaking great our lives are, and sometimes it's the fans that do it. Honestly, it's the people like you said that say, they wake you up. Sometimes you're having a bad day, you're like, I don't know if I can do this, and then some fan says, hey, you made my life by signing this thing for me or something, or they watched you in a WrestleMania. It's like, man, I got to stop bitching.
Yeah. And, it's great because when people, let's say I'm at a supermarket or I'm, buying something and people go, how are you doing today? I'm blessed.
Yeah.
And I get this weird look and I go, I'm blessed. And they go, well, what do you mean? I woke up today.
Yeah, that's right.
And people, I said, think about that, and that's why, whenever on Instagram or Facebook, I always have the hashtag read that again, because think about that. There's somebody who didn't wake up today, and there's somebody out there who has a lot worse than I do today. And
that's right.
I'm able to get up and come to work and work on an amazing TV production that I'm on currently. And, I'm on set with some amazing actors and actresses and stuff. And again, I sit back and I go, is this really happening to me?
Yeah.
Am I really here? Am I really working with Mark Maron and all these other different folks, that I've been blessed to work with? I mean, coming on your guys' podcast, man, I'm going like, wow, this is cool to be a part of this, man, because you guys kick ass. And it's the music thing and being asked to come on here. I was like, hell yeah, I'll do this. So thank you guys.
Yeah, we have those moments
on,
too. I totally have those same moments where I'm thinking like, is this for real? Like we're playing poker at Jerry Cantrell's house from Alice in Chains, and I'm going, is this real? I'm sitting next to Jerry Cantrell.
Hey, real quick, guys, the song Not Meant to Be, dude, talk about a song that is deep, man, because I actually went through a lot of difficulties in 2018, man, with the divorce and some other garbage that was happening. And like I said, music is very powerful, man. And lyrically, and what that song says, man, lyrics resonate. And it's great, when you hear bands and you hear music that actually relate to what your circumstances are, man. It's really cool to know that somebody else has been there and somebody has walked in my shoes and understands, that things do happen in life. And
remind you, you're not alone, right?
You're not alone, man. And
that's a big one.
And that song was a song, with some other songs that I just went like, man, this song, it resonated, man. So thank you guys.
Oh, cool. Oh, man.
Well, this was amazing, man. It's really been a pleasure to chat with you. I think the people that are fans of our podcast are going to be fans of your podcast. So I look forward to watching.
Man. Thank you guys.
And listening to a few myself.
Oh yeah.
Hey, yeah, and you know what? I'm going to have you guys on, man, so we can talk more music, man.
Yes.
So
100%.
There it is. Thanks, bro. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Take care,
Thanks,
man.
Marty.
Be blessed.
Thank
you, guys.
I love it. I like get giddy when I think about wrestling and what it meant to my childhood and the WrestleManias. I remember going back in the days. We talked about this a few weeks ago. The Phase 1 video. I used to go and rent the WrestleManias from Phase 1 video and just like get the VHSs. Come back. What do we rent? Who's the main event? I just love it.
I felt we grew up in like the time of. I'm sure everyone says this, but I felt like we grew up in the time of like when wrestling when it was still the WWF. That's when we grew up, when it had all those people, Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan.
Andre the Giant.
Then you go to school, and then someone would do some wrestling move on you. Let me do it. Let me do the sleeper on you. Let me do it. Let me do the full Nelson on you. The worst was the camel clutch.
Camel clutch, give you a panic attack.
Snap your spine. Camel clutch, and someone would do it to you.
The worst move was the pile driver. The pile driver to me looked like Paul Orndorff.
Smash your head into the ground.
Yeah, there's a way to sell it, but if you actually really did that to somebody, that's hospital.
Well, yeah, because in when you're in elementary school and they do it to you, they don't do it the wrestling way. They actually smash your neck, your head, and snap your spine at recess. Yeah, but it's great here, and we could have went on for 4 hours. I just wanted to know. I wanted to know what happened behind the scenes. It's just
there's some cool stuff. Just
curtain,
even building the ring. It's like a mystery, right? Like you want to know what's under there.
Yeah, what are they flying 10 feet off the ground? Those guys go on the huge ladders and they fall down. I'm like, I mean, is that
honestly?
painful?
I mean, you can say there's some acting involved, but I mean, these are athletes. You know, like they are athletic and they are taking a beating.
I also want to give a mention to Santa Claus Inc. That's his. We always ask. Sometimes we forget, but our guests have a charity of choice. So they'll shout out to SantaClausInc.com. So what they do is they provide gifts for underprivileged children. I think it's actually, you gotta go check it out, but I think it's almost like a shopping spree. I think the parents go and pick out the toys they want, and then the charity provides them for them or pays for them rather than just
amazing.
Sending gifts. It's
Right.
a really cool setup, but go to SantaClausInc.com. And
Sounds like the kids are actually getting what they want. That's the way to do it.
That's right. Well, here you go. Here's a Starbucks gift card. And they're like, what?
Only
That's me now. That's like, what do you want for your birthday, Tyler? I'm like, I don't know, Amazon gift card. That's it.
I love it.
Man, well, what
Right
else
on.
is going on, Dave? What are you doing today? This is
What
it?
day is it today? Well, no, I'm about, the kids are in school now, so it's just working around my wife's first day of work, actually. She had a scheduled C-section she was assisting with this morning and is seeing some women for well woman visits today. So it's her first actual day of private practice as an OBGYN. So I'm just being a supportive husband today, Ty. Just being a
Congrats
supportive
to her
husband.
on that.
Yeah, I think she's
That's
pretty
fantastic.
excited. A little nervous, probably.
She's worked really hard, so well
Yeah.
deserved.
I know. I'm proud.
Well, we're getting back on the road. We're going to do another podcast real soon. Me and you just talking about getting back into the touring life after a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then we also discussed, you know what? Maybe do a live one of these. Might be cool.
I think that'd be
Maybe
a lot of
on
fun.
the road.
Yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun. I'll have to unplug this thing to figure out how to bring this with me, but we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. Go check us out, bandmeetingpodcast.com. We got some merch on there. Make sure to go purchase your Killcliff. I think you can get this either at killcliff.com or I think it's now available in stores or soon to be in stores, but check it out on their website. And other than that, go check out our socials and look out for the future Life After 3 from our guest, Marty Elias. What a great guest. That was a great
awesome. Yeah.
convo with him. And that's it. We'll see you soon.
Peace.
Only two.
Band meeting with Tyler and Dave. Band
Wrote the
meeting
song.
with Tyler and Dave.
My butt's asleep.
Dude, that was awesome.
Let's go.
Guys, that was great.
That I thought it was absolutely incredible. Let me Dave's back, so let me bring good old Dave in.
Welcome back, Dave.
Dave, what happened? Dave, we lost you out there. What happened?
Yeah, what happened, Dave?
Dave, you're on mute.
You're mute. Did you mute yourself?
All right, we now know Dave is not the most technically proficient.
If a fan gave Tyler or Dave Army an Amazon gift card, would you accept it? Yeah. Yeah, why not?
think I'm back.
We feel, fans give us stuff all the time, and but giving us a gift card, I feel bad spending them.
Maybe donate
Donate
something
it.
in your honor to the charity you guys were talking about. What was that? That was really cool.
Santa Claus Inc. Yeah, every guest we always ask what their charity of choice is, and then we give it a shout out. SantaClausInc.com. It sounds to me like it's a holidays thing, so maybe close to the holidays. But just go to their website and yes,
Yeah.
see what it's all about.
Close to the holidays.
There it
Close
is.
to the holidays is now. It starts now. I think
The
Christmas
holidays
is
start now.
up for sale.
Dave is back.
Dave's back.
Dave is
Can
back.
you hear me or no?
We can.
Yeah. So Dave, your power
Okay.
went out. You're in Alabama.
That's a great
It's the
question from Two
second night in a row where it did like a flash.
Budget.
budget.
just power.
Dave needs a budget.
That's the key word.
Dave needs a generator. If you spam generator, we'll.
Send
we
a
should
Jenny
do
to
a
my house.
GoFundMe.
I
Let's
love
do a
it.
GoFundMe to raise a generator for Dave.
I'm down
Man.
for it.
Down for it?
I'm down.
Yeah, I will say, like, it's, because at the beginning of the show we were talking over top. We didn't really know what to do. We were ducking the volume and stuff. But letting people watch it, like, it is weird, me and Dave, like, just watching our own podcasts. It's
I
weird
thought it
for
was
us.
kind of cool though.
Yeah, but I think me and you kind of chit-chatted. We definitely, the next one we should do like just live.
Yeah.
And then people can, maybe even people, the chat can ask the guest questions.
That would be really cool. And if you do it at Louder Than Life, even better.
Hey, I like that.
We'll see what we can get.
I want Todd Bold asked a good, too bold rather, asked a cool question. What's the best thing you've gotten from a fan?
Best thing? I don't think it's anything like a gift. You know what's like, it's hard, it's really, really hard is we do meet and greets at fans, and we'll have fans that will say like they try to commit suicide or something really like heavy, or how songs saved their life.
That's huge.
And we are not prepared. We're just dudes in a band. So we don't like, this is a very like huge moment for these people, and you don't want to ever spoil it for them or say something, stupid. And those are moments where like it's hard to actually keep it together.
That's
what I mean?
That's amazing. I mean, when
You get stuff too, like as far as like gifts go. It's funny, as I just went through some bins today, and I found a bunch of stuff that we got when we were in Russia. I got some kind of a Russian book of poetry that somebody gave me. They gave Ty a doll of himself. Somebody made a doll, a Tyler doll, and gave him
cool.
one. It almost gets to the point where I think these things, they don't in and of themselves have like these like monetary value. I think you just appreciate the fact that people want to give you something, and whether it's like in Russia and they're trying to give you some of their culture and give you Russian poetry. I don't know. For me, I think it's just cool because these people take time and think, what do I want to give to Theory of a Dead Man if I meet them? Okay, I want to put a package together. Here's some things. I don't know. It's cool. I can't put a place on one thing that was more special than anything else, but it's just cool to have people give you things.
There's a lot of people in the chat saying that they've met you guys at meet and greets. One gal said she kissed you on the cheek. Do you remember that? Another one said she gave you a thank you card. Like, that's really cool that people on the chat saying, "Hey, I met you guys."
We have like regular fans too that'll bring us like Dave. Where is that? Where we had those the group of ladies that are like dentists, and they bring us like toothbrushes and stuff. Michigan?
Yep.
It's in Michigan.
They bring you toothbrush?
They bring us like dentist gift bags. Like, make sure to floss, like floss in there and stuff. For real.
That's hilarious.
That's actually very thoughtful, though.
It is nice.
For like being on the road and getting a fresh toothbrush.
Yeah.
You know?
It's very nice. And then they give us full checkups.
Veneers.
They're like, Dave.
I think I pinched your butt, Tyler, at one show.
It's probably that seems to be. I wouldn't recommend doing that.
Is that a quick hand swat? Where'd he go?
Dave's powers out again. Start talking about butts. Dave's like, oh. We all take joints. 100%. Dave would. 100%.
Oh, God. All right. This might be a good time
Yes.
to start saying, Tyler, I really appreciate you coming on and doing this.
Hey, thanks, Danny, for having us.
And I really look forward to what we're going to do in the future. Like, that's good.
Yeah,
We've got some great plans, but I think we're going to keep it a secret.
You're not going to leak
no
it?
leak?
I'm really torn because I don't want someone else to do it.
It's going to be time.
I just want to surprise everybody with such an
Yeah,
amazing
it's going to be
thing.
cool. I'm excited to
And
do
then,
it.
yes, we are working on getting them out to Louder. I think they're on tour, though, around... Oh, no, maybe you're not. You might not be.
Maybe not. We'll figure it out.
Because Jake, we may be able to make this happen.
I think so. I was just looking at the schedule.
Yeah. I think we can make this happen, guys. Band meeting. Ashley, you don't like surprises. You picked the wrong show to watch.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're going to make this happen a Louder Than Life. That's my pledge, chat. I'm going to try to make it happen.
Cool.
Don't hurt me for asking this. What are the dates for Louder Than Life again?
Well, I was hoping no one was going to say that out loud. And
Oh, no,
But
I got it.
I have my handy calendar right here.
23rd to the 26th
Of September.
of September. And all I know is you don't have any shows after September 18th until October.
We do not.
So this could work out.
Theory and Avenged Sevenfold next year. Yeah. Avenged Sevenfold, fantastic.
Maybe Bobby will send the jet, pick up Tyler and Dave.
That'd be very nice of
Wouldn't
him.
that be nice of Bobby?
That'd be very nice
Bobby
of him.
should just drive out I could see Bobby driving like a the station wagon from like Vacation.
Vacation with Tyler and David Bobby.
That's right.
Hey,
Vacation.
imagine
Yeah.
recording a show with like you guys just in like a station wagon driving across the country. I think that'd be actually a really good show.
It'd be
Stop.
hilarious.
Cannot stop.
As long as I don't have to go on that trip, that would be hilarious.
That'd be hilarious. As long as I don't have to be in that car with those guys. Thanks a lot.
Oh
Listen, guys,
my!
Dave, wherever you are, thank you for doing the show. Chat, thank you so much for sticking around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
over 700 of you guys still hanging around.
Our first ever, I don't know, what would you call like the follow-on show?
Yeah, an add-on, a bonus content.
Yeah.
Yes.
Our first time ever trying a second show back to back. I think it was a smashing success. And let's do some more stuff.
Smashing. Yeah. Go follow us, Band Meeting Podcast on the socials.
Yep, I posted them in the chat.
Nice.
I'll post them again. Here is the
We're gonna be in
YouTube link,
Louisville in November.
That's right.
There you go.
and
stay.
then let me give you the band meet or the Spotify link for you. There you go. Make sure you go. You guys go follow it. Tyler, I gotta say once again, you made me laugh as always because you're one funny son of a bitch.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Mom. You know what would be better if my mom? You know what I should have on the podcast is my mom.
That would be
be
That would
great.
be hilarious, Ty.
No
You
joke. I should show you a
You
photo
should
of my
do it.
mom. My mom grows weed at her on her farm. Yeah, I was FaceTiming with her last night playing Yahtzee, and she all of a sudden has like huge, like a pound of weed, and like by her face. I'm like, hold on! I took a snapshot of the screen. So now I might make a shirt.
That's hilarious.
Like my mom.
It just
with a
says
big-
"My mom grows weed." I think
yeah,
that
she's
shirt
a
would
bag,
sell.
Pound of weed, and it's like my mom's like a thumbs up.
Oh, I love it.
Well, I love the idea of you doing a show with your mom. That would be hilarious.
You should do that one live.
Oh yeah, bring your
Oh,
mom
my
live
God,
to Louisville.
She would just be like, the thing will be upside down. It should be like cooking. She texted me the other day, and it was like at a weird time. And she's like, "Can you call me?" I'm like, "Oh," and I was on the phone with somebody. I gotta go. My mom's calling me. And I called her, and I'm like, "What's going on? Something wrong?" She's like, "No, just making bread." I'm like, "Mom." It was nice. And she's like, "Actually, I have to be honest. You were the second person I
Oh
was
jeez.
trying to call." I'm like,
That's
"Oh
all
well."
right. All
Good
right.
stuff.
Well, guys, thank
Sweet.
you.
Yeah, this has been great. Guys, be sure to tune in tomorrow. Another new show airing tomorrow at 1 p.m. It's the Meet and Greet with Bees.
Please. Nice.
That is, we got Chris from Motionless, Ben from Asking Alexandria, and Deaf Heaven joining us for some exclusive content for you guys. That's going to lead right into Riff Wars at 3:30. And then we have, what do we have on Wednesday? We have the vocalist and then starving artists on Thursday. And then on Saturday, New Music Saturday. And then back to the Final Four on Battle for the Big Stage on Sunday. So packed full this week.
Busy.
Busy. That is the word. It is very busy. Chat, thank you so much for joining us. Any last comments there, guys?
No, great time.
This has been
Yeah, it
great.
was fun.
This has been great. All right, chat. We love you. We will see you tomorrow. Until then, peace.